Y'all, Tommy really is the ultimate villain of baddies, and Zeus let her do whatever the hell she want to do. She can bring a gun and shoot like she Django. They don't care. She can bring her friends and family to set to fight. They don't care. Tommy be riding in on horses, camels. She come in on rockets like Jimmy Neutron. Like, Tommy does whatever the hell she want to do. And she comes and causes so much chaos, and they bring her back every season because they know the views be up every time. At this point, Zeus needs to do next season Baddies versus Tommy's Baddies, because she basically a casting director at this point. She keep bringing in her own cast. When Dolly called her the neighborhood hero, I was in tears. But it's low-key the truth, though. Tommy didn't even know Ciroc like that. Brought Ciroc to attack Biggie. Now Ciroc is on the show. Like, what's going on for real? Like, Tommy really be doing what she want. Natalie put her on the remix because there's no cap in her rap. She be doing whatever the hell she want to do. So Tommy walks into this house meeting with Miss Treve and a girl named Dolly, and I'm going to call her Good Dolly because we already got a bad Dolly. So Tommy's saying hey to everybody. They looking like, oh, you done brought more outsiders in. You didn't learn your lesson yet? But I'm going to be honest. Baby in the Pink, Good Dolly started this whole thing, because how do you come in saying, yeah, like, we really the baddies. Everybody else is ugly. Like, is you cool? And I can't even lie. Good Dolly is a pretty girl. She is. But Dolly was like, I hate when girls think they cute because they light skin. And Lex was like, my face card is eating yours. What are you talking about? But things really get spicy when I guess Good Dolly brings up Khalil, who was one of Stunning Girl's friends and was there when Ivory was getting jumped. And so Ivory was like, why are you bringing up his name? Because she was like, ain't that your stylist? And she was like, no, that's one of the boys that jumped me. So Ivory thought it was a setup. So from there, she needed that with Dolly, and she was tearing Dolly up. I'm like, Dolly, what you coming in like that? I thought you had them hands, girl. So after that, a brawl broke out. And what got me was Ivory and Lex jumping this girl in that chair like they was playing musical chairs and she was the winner and they was mad about it. Like, that sounds like a nightmare, getting jumped by Ivory and Lex. Like, that sounds crazy. And it wasn't just hands. Like, they was using fists, elbows, knees, Achilles, everything. And then Miss Treve was in the field with Tinka, and then Mariah Malone was trying to jump in, and then Lex had got Miss Treve on the couch. It was just a lot going on. But I don't think the baddies are wrong for jumping these girls, because y'all are ops, and it's always going to be the baddies versus y'all. So it is what it is. The problem be Tommy don't be getting touched at all. Everybody Tommy bring, low-key be getting toe up, and Tommy be looking okay. Like, how is that possible? And then Tommy and Miss Treve was standing there, and Tasiki came and snugged Miss Treve. So Miss Treve and Tasiki got into a little scuffle or whatever. It wasn't really much, but then one-on-one will be good head up, because Miss Treve really be fighting. She be fighting in the street, and also Tasiki be fighting too, so that would have been a good one. But yeah, this whole episode was chaos. Amber came out, and the way that her and Tavy looked at each other like Peter Griffin and the chicken before they start fighting every time. They both were giving each other the death stare for real, and so they kind of tried to get into it, but it never worked. Tavy had grabbed Amber's purse, was throwing her stuff in the bushes. And so the Amber was upset, and she seen Tasiki walking by outside, and she snuck Tasiki, and it was a good sneak too. But Amber was low-key signing her death wish low-key, because if you say you already got stitches in both eyes, 14 and 15, and Tasiki barely got you, what you think about to happen right now? Tasiki turned that thing around, had Amber in the corner, and was tearing her up and tearing the security guard up. I felt so bad for him. Security this season really deserve a raise. The security from last weekend was stressed out in the bathroom with Tavy and Amber. Now this one was getting his hair pulled. He bleeding too. I'm like, oh my God. Like, while he was getting his hair pulled, all I seen was, I know you're wondering how I got here, right? And Amber yelling, talk about get her away from me when you started this whole thing. Now you on the floor with the thumb in your mouth like you a baby and your legs throwing up the peace sign. But the part that got me was after all that, Amber apologizing to Tavy because she realized you started it. She said, did I do that? I'm so sorry, Tavy. And then Tasiki must really hit hard because she had Amber tripping. Like, why are you running down the street thinking that she at the hospital? Like, what in the Ezel from Friday is going on? What in the Man from Get Out is going on? Like, Amber is really TV, hiding behind the poles and all that. Like, I really need Amber on a Tubi movie or something. She like, is Tasiki here? Like, where is Tasiki? Look at her behind the pole. The girls are comedy. And so then Summer and Rolly was going back and forth, and they was eating each other up for real. Summer saying that Rolly arms was leaking bacon fluid had me in tears. I was over here crying. And she said, nobody wants to see that bell whopper. And did y'all catch Summer saying, oopsie daisy? Like, that's really dumb. But y'all know I gotta clock it. Rolly saying Summer is scary for not wanting to fight, but you don't want to fight Daisy because of your arm, so you can't call her scary. And I don't want to hear the excuse of her arm being open in the stitches because you're fighting people later on. We see you fighting TT and Lex later on in the season, so no. I'm not gonna lie, Bahati and Emery fighting be stressing me out. Like, it just be a lot. It be a lot going on. And Bahati was drunk, so she hopping around like a kangaroo all over the place. The security guard chasing her all around the house. He better than me because I would have just let her run. Like, go ahead, baby. Bahati was doing a lot for real, but she kept running up on Emery. She was like, I'm gonna keep fighting you, and I can't really blame her because of the way that they treated her on that season. So it is what it is. But I hope Bahati not doing this whole season because I can't do drunk Bahati all season. Another part that had me dying was Pressure sneaking Diamond and Diamond laughing about it, and Natalie was like, well, she got you, Diamond. They both was laughing. I was in tears. Because it's not even no real beef here. They both just doing stuff just to do it. Like, it's really dumb. Egypt and Kanaya still confusing me because I feel like Egypt, you already got her the first time, so why are we still continuing to fight? I don't really understand. Like, the beef is not that deep to be carrying it on, and Dolly is so messy because this is all her fault. But Egypt attacked Kanaya. She got that first round, but she turned Kanaya into a beast. That second round, I'm like, who is this? That was not Kanaya. You can tell by Kanaya square up. She was pissed off, and she got that second round clearly. She was not playing no game. Everybody was shocked. Low-key, even Egypt. Like, I've never seen Kanaya like that, even on the cabaret. Also, did y'all see Wet Wet randomly pop up? Like, where has she been this whole time? So then after all the chaos, Natalie had a conversation with the girls saying that 2 girls went home. One of them was Daisy and the other was Camilla. And then E.T. was like, oh, she want to go home. She don't want to fight a girl that want to fight. She keeps saying that line. And if you're not a real Bad Girls Club fan, you're not going to get that. But on Bad Girls Club season 13, Camilla had got into it with, I think, Jada. And Jada had hit Danny at the reunion. And Camilla said, you know Danny don't fight. Sock a girl that want to fight. Sock me. So that's why E.T. keeps saying it. But Tinka's mad Camilla left. E.T. is mad Camilla left. Lex is making fun of her. Natalie showing Camilla messages. And Biggie like, you don't even got to do that. Biggie was the only one that low-key had Camilla back for real. And then we see K. Rican again. And K. Rican has been gone because she got diabetes. So she called it Baddies. She said it was up high when she first got there. So she had to get herself together. But what had me tripping was Fauna and Cold Killer having on the same outfit. So y'all telling me this really was an accident because this is crazy for real. Y'all should just brought K. Rican outfit in one of y'all bags. So they was catching K. Rican up on everything that was going on. Fauna didn't fall DTB. Cold Killer fall Tinka. Tinka fractured her face. So that was that. And why K. Rican low-key look like Daphne from Scooby-Doo? Then this scene really had me in tears because Pressure and Ciroc was not supposed to fight. Like, how do we even get here if you invited her there, Pressure? Because it did start off a little shaky. Pressure was like, you know, you was looking at me in the club crazy when you was with my op ET. And Ciroc was like, no, I really wasn't. Like, that was an accident. And so everything was going cool. They was talking to Emery and TT about they other beefs that they had going on. And then Ciroc was like, you know, I had kidnapped my son back. She was saying she was on the run for 3 months or whatever. And Mariah had posted it online. And Pressure was like, why would she do that? And Ciroc was like, I'll call her mama a C-head. And Pressure was like, oh, well, she deserved to do that then. And I was low-key agreeing with Pressure at first. So I'm like, if you did call her mama a C-head, then nothing is off limits because you started talking about family first. But Ciroc cleared it up saying that Mariah started talking about her kids first. So Ciroc like, yep, I talk about people kids. I don't care. Ain't nobody slapped me for it yet. And Pressure was like, well, I don't do that. I don't talk about people kids. And Pressure also said Tavy was lying about her talking about her kids because she would have did it from her main account because she's a troll, not from a fake one. So they start talking about the May situation and Pressure felt like Ciroc kept cutting her off, but Pressure was looking for an issue. She was. So out of nowhere, Pressure got up and was like, what's up, Ciroc? We're supposed to get this anyways. And I'm like, whoa. But the part that got me was Pressure throwing Ciroc meta glasses in the pool and Ciroc looking for them and Pressure laughing about it. Then the other part that got me was Pressure running away from Ciroc and Ciroc getting her in that hallway. Because look at Pressure running away, like that's so dumb. But Ciroc body is so T, like the way she was running away, I'm like, keep running, girl, we're looking at your booty. And both TT and Emery was telling Pressure like, no, you low-key was starting this, like she wasn't even trying to start with you. Yeah, this was a really good episode. I was laughing the whole time. And next week, Rosa Parks about to be turning over in her grave because the way y'all about to tear up that bus is crazy. Did y'all see Tavy choking TT? I said, whoa. The choke is insane. Like, that's crazy. But I love y'all. See y'all next week. Let's talk in the comments.